This podcast features adults using adult language, so listener discretion is advised. The Legend of Zelda is property of Nintendo, while Dungeons & Dragons is property of Wizards of the Coast. We are sponsored by neither, and this is a homebrew game played for fun by folks who are fans of both. But now, without further ado, let us continue tales of danger, determination and adventure in Hyrule Chronicles. Hello everybody, and welcome back to Hyrule Chronicles. This is episode 12. I'm ArticulateT, the GM, and with me I have SteveTheSeregios playing Sho Daius. I have Alvarance playing Hikan.
We're all back!
We have TheNetherlad playing Renji, son of Nihilus.
I've recovered!
We have
Much to everyone's chagrin.
Robopirate is playing Ziden Shari.
Hi.
And we also have Keastreth playing Max.
Hello.
Because we're finally here! Performing for you!
Different Nintendo franchise!
If you know the Zelda, you can join in Triforce.
Right. So
SL Sheikah lads.
So who? It's been 4 weeks, but who remembers?
I don't remember a thing. We saw a nice scarecrow man. That's all I can remember.
We were tasked to go to the Echo of Hylian in order to uncover strange or mysterious or just historical artifacts. While going there, we were caught by some rabid wolves. After that, we figured out that it was nighttime where it should be daytime. It was all dark, and there was an extra moon, one without a face. As we went to the Echo of Hylian, we were caught by some shadows who wanted to drain us of our energy.
They wanted to give us the suck.
Yeah, and we fought them, and then we encountered a talking scarecrow named Jean-Luc who stood in an orchard. No relations to Jean-Luc Picard. And we then went to a church, which was not abandoned, but rather had some bokoblin and wolves and stuff, and we killed them. And then we helped some of the people, and Sho got a tapestry.
Yeah.
There are some people in a mine, correct?
Yes, so we should probably go safe then.
And Sho absolutely did not totally end up falling unconscious, and I had to totally stable him because if Tyrina ended up trying to go around the wolf, she would have gotten 2 attacks of opportunity.
Okay, so maybe you should shut the fuck up, asshole, and not mention
And
that.
that's-
I told you that didn't happen!
Guys, and that is what happened last time on Hyrule Chronicles.
Indeed, it is. And so we find ourselves back within the Echo of Hylian, having just done everything that NetherLad has just said. And it is, you kind of, I assume at this point you kind of gather up all the people that are there, and bring them into the town square or the village square sort of thing, just to make sure everybody's on hand. Yeah, now that you've kind of removed the negative effects of the moon enchantment and everything, everyone's they're no longer standing around staring off into space. They're all very, very tired, except for the person that Ziden had cast Lesser Restoration on. They seem to be They seem to be confused and scared more than anything else, but they are awake.
It was this one up by the well.
Yeah.
They seem to be awake, just about.
So, shall we try and gather everyone together in the square?
I suppose so.
Yes,
was.
We'll go around, find all the stray villagers, and bring them into the central area.
Okay. You do so. It's not a remarkably large area, so you're capable of getting everybody in order.
Whilst we're bringing everyone in, Sho's going to head over to Jean-Luc, and it's like, we're bringing everyone together to discuss the matters that happened. Would you like a say?
I guess I can. It's nice and bright out here. What did you do?
I believe we fixed the problem involving the endless night.
Ah. Well, that's just a dang cool thing. Thank you, kindly, son. And
Sho picks the stick that John Luke has nailed to out of the ground and walks over to the center of town.
Okay.
To basically just move him into get ahead of myself. Yeah. Solid objects. Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces past, and I'm Sheikah.
Ziden, seeing that there is all these people who are clearly weak and tired, is going to make 10 good berries and just walk around handing them out.
You try, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
They heal people and they fulfill their nutritional needs.
Yeah, these people are probably hungry
It's a
after
balanced
standing here
diet.
for possibly multiple days and not eating anything.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's fine. They gladly accept it. It doesn't immediately cure them of their tiredness, because sleep deprivation is a different problem. But they are
Indeed.
thankful for the food and nutrition.
And 1 point of healing, if it matters.
If it matters.
One of their 5 a day.
I mean, it's a good berry. It's like 10 of their 5 a day.
It's all of their 5 a day plus some, to be honest.
Oh dear. But yeah, so as you're kind of passing around there, all of them unable to really stand, just kind of pick a comfy looking spot on the ground and just sit and just relax, or some of them even fall asleep. And
Yes, go over to the conscious one.
she kind of looks over everybody and is kind of just fiddling with her fingers nervously as she kind of looks over everything, and just generally seems quite confused and understandably scared over what has just transpired.
So we see all of these people. Do you want to say or ask?
Oh, I was going to go. Hello, miss. I know things have been quite troublesome for you. Would before we continue, would you be able to confirm this is everyone?
She scans over everybody, looks at them, and says, "No, I don't think there is everybody here. We're missing at least another 6 people."
Ooh, do you have any idea where they might be?
Jean-Luc did say those people were taken down to the mines.
Yeah. I saw some. These cats here. They just they turned up. Then some of their number went to the south in order to check something out, because it was all nighttime and dark and stuff.
Sho looks over at the rest of the village and is like, "Do any of you know the location of said mine?"
They don't really give any indication. Mainly because they're tired. But the conscious person says, well, there was a sign to the south that pointed somewhere southwest of where you currently are, and I believe there was a barely used path that went down in that direction. So if you head down that way, it shouldn't be too far, I wouldn't imagine.
Fair enough. We should take some time to simply nurse our injuries first, and then head off.
Sho, do you have any way of communicating with people over long distances?
Not particularly. My familiar can relay messages, but it can't exactly talk.
Right.
And it has a restricted range.
Then, no. I was thinking of maybe sending something like a message to Castletown.
We'd have to send something when we report.
Yeah, indeed.
Tyrina pipes up and says, if you wanted to check out the mines to the south, I can keep these people safe for a while.
That would be greatly appreciated.
It's the least we can do to offer these people some comfort. At least in their time of recuperation, that they are not alone, that they are not defenseless.
Good idea. Though myself and Max did end up getting a little bit roughed up during the last scuffle. It would be wise to take a little bit of time before we head off.
I suppose so. It's just, it doesn't seem like these people will be all like in full health in the time that we need to recuperate.
Mhm. So, with time passing on as normal, is the sun coming up, or is it like daytime now, or
It's kind of mid-morning.
right?
Assuming that you slept properly during the night and then woke up at your regular time, which would usually be about dawn, so about 6 o'clock in the morning, maybe. It's taking you a little bit of time, so around you assume it to be somewhere between 9 and 10 a.m.
Should we continue on?
If you want to rest up, that's fine. I can go on if needed.
No. It'd be wise to not split up even more so than we have.
No, I'm not saying that we should split up. I'm just saying that if we wanted to move on, then we can. But if we want to rest, at least I can take first watch to, like, maybe scan the perimeter, see what else might show up.
I think he meant just a simple short rest.
Yeah, that's all I mean. Just like a couple hours.
Isn't short rest just 15 minutes?
In this
30 minutes to like 4 hours or something like that, or like to a couple hours, I think.
Yeah. It could be a short rest. A short rest would be like a minimum of like half an hour, but it can be as long as you like. You just say, "I am only gaining the benefits of a short rest."
Okay.
Right. So, yeah, I'd say we should take a little bit of a short rest, perhaps an hour or so, just to recuperate. Spend some hit die, and I am going to use my arcane. If we do, I'm going to use my arcane recovery to gain some slots back.
Okay.
It's like we could make it 2 hours, get some of these people into bed because they're doing that, and then I can
Yeah,
meditate and then do the hit die stuff too.
That's fair.
Because some of these people are already falling asleep, and it's like, yeah, no, you're not going to feel great sleeping on the ground, so let's get you into a bed.
What do you
Yes,
think?
cons-
Sleeping on the ground is fine.
Talking
I
about
see no problem with
about
this.
these people, and I asked the person who is close to us, you don't live here, do you?
She goes, No.
Right.
This place has been abandoned for years, as far as we know. It's just that we come down for the church. That's all we do.
Right, I understand that. It's just, where are you originally from? Where are you going to be heading to after leaving this place?
Oh, we're all
Okay.
from Castletown.
Right, good. Okay. Yes, I think, Tyrina, it might be best if you stay here at least for a day, get these people at least in a condition that they can travel. Everyone else, I think we should just get a short rest and head out.
Indeed.
Okay.
Short rest time.
So gain your benefits from your short rests and everything. Spend as many hit die as you feel necessary to spend.
2 hit die. Kapow. 10 HP. I think that tops me up. Yeah, it does, definitely.
I got way too much HP.
Yep, so I am back up to my full 21 HP. Terrible. Goddamn wizards. And I'm going to use my arcane recovery. I didn't spend any second level spells, thankfully.
Did you say you had 21 HP?
Yeah.
Huh, I've only got 27.
Yeah,
That's another
but
30, then another 30.
yeah, so shut up. Fuck, shut up,
Yeah,
asshole.
the gap will
Fucking
go
druids.
wider as we go up levels as well.
Mhm.
I know I spent a couple of first level spells. I slung a couple of chromatic orbs.
Yeah.
So it's half wizard level rounded up. So
Yeah. So
I can recover 2 first level spell slots. That
Yeah.
brings me all the way back up. I'm at four first levels, 2 second levels, and counters, of course.
Yeah.
I didn't spend any spells, but I did spend one of my sorcery points. We're going to get back on a long rest.
Yeah. So whap whap.
You'll be fine.
Fairly
Never a good thing for the DM to say.
Druid recovers on long rest for its spells, right?
Yeah.
All classes do, except wizards because of arcane recovery.
And warlocks.
And
Warlocks.
And warlocks, because it's base. It's they're not full
Because they have-
spellcasters.
Barely
Yes.
any. They have like 2 slots.
But we get them all back at a short rest.
Indeed.
And they're all always max level.
All 2 of them.
Yeah.
Rightio then. So I assume time passes.
Yes.
We try and usher people. Like these places aren't necessarily homes, but they're dry, right?
Yeah, they can. Some of them can still function as shelter, and with some ingenuity.
I assume that they also brought bedrolls and stuff with them.
Yeah. With the supplies that they still have on them, and some good old fashioned Gerudo survival ingenuity. Effectively, some sleeping quarters are made, and shelter is found. So they are safe and protected from the elements.
Also, I see Sho just holding a rolled up tapestry.
Indeed.
Is it possible that, like, do you really want to keep that, or should I just put it in the bag?
Oh yes, you have the bag of holding, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
What state is the tapestry in again?
Sho unfurls it.
It's in a legible state.
It's
in
legible.
yeah.
It's not in danger of just a
Okay.
gust of breeze falling apart.
I wondered if it was damaged at all because
It's held.
I do have mending.
She'll take Cap'n.
Yeah, you can if you want to cast mending on it, you can cast mending on it to bring it back to its full
That's
glory.
Gonna poke it with magic.
Yeah, just kind of, beep, and it's just of this. It kind of just curls up and then unfurls again into this beautiful cloth tapestry, and it's just it looks stunning, and it does. The art style does make it look kind of like the Bayer tapestry, where it's just very simplistic.
I imagine, if anything, if you want a comparison, I imagine it looks like the sort of same tapestry style that you have in the opening of Wind Waker.
Yeah,
That art style.
yeah, exactly.
Look
That
upon
bit's-
the field upon which I grow my fucks, and behold, it is barren.
Behold.
And
That bit scared that real talk, that intro scared the crap out of me as a child, with Ganon's eyes peering over the thing. Scared me.
Oh yeah.
the text on it is in ancient Hylian. It is a form of Hylian script that is just that none of you are capable of actively reading.
I might be able to pass a little bit, as I have access to Sheikah and Celestial and Common, which is
Yeah.
basically the 3 branch-off languages of Old Hylian.
Yeah, but you'd need to spend like hours poring over it to translate it.
I can't just be like, right, this is what this means. I need to be like, right, so if this is equating to this letter, then I could feasibly with time, but we don't have that right now. So
You need to learn some comprehend languages.
yes. So Sho, thanking Max for his work, rolls it back up and hands it to Renji to store in the bag of holding.
And rolled up, it just goes into the bag of holding.
Yes.
Excellent.
Right. Everyone sufficiently ready?
I suppose I am.
Good. Well,
Keep moving then.
so we follow the path. So Sho turns to the swans. We follow the path southwards, and then there'll be a sign indicating us to where the mine is. Correct?
As far as I'm aware, yes.
I thank you for your assistance.
Right. Tyrina just turns around. She goes, "Come back safe. I'm not escorting these people by myself. It's a massive chore."
Of course.
We'll do our best.
But seriously,
no
come back
guarantees.
safe.
Not a
Do our
problem.
best.
We go to the south.
Okay.
As we walk, Sho puts his hands together and out of the pocket dimension
Yeah.
pops the owl. Whoop, and just sends them flying around just in case.
There we go.
Oh no.
There we go. So, yeah, you spend about almost basically just 30 minutes heading south from the village. As it disappears behind some trees, you do find a small rotted wooden sign, which points in one direction, has a very basic sort of pickaxe looking drawing on it, and then something else scribbled in ancient Hylian. You assume this might be the way to the mine. And the path that this sign is on curves around towards the west, and eventually you find yourself in the presence of a small clearing, which is just below a cliff face, and in that cliff face is a fairly sizable hole. There are several tents set up, but most of them have been pushed aside and torn to the ground, and what you would assume at first, considering the people that were there, would be carnage. Or, well, you assume there would be bokoblins, just a bunch of bokoblins just bumming around this place and protecting this mine or something. But what you do find bokoblins, but none of them are alive.
They're undead.
They're not undead either.
They're just dead.
They're dead.
Tell them how they were dead.
Regular old dead.
You don't need to make a roll to determine how they're dead. It's carnage. It looks like something much bigger and scarier than they were just came tearing through and completely annihilated them.
Okay. Can we determine how they were deaded? What was the thing?
Well, that depends if any bodies are around and not completely and utterly eviscerated.
So as you scout around, make a medicine check when you find one or two of the bodies.
I want to look
17.
for tracks to see if I can find tracks from the whatever tore them apart.
Then make a survival check.
I shall do the same, because it looks like something that's definitely not human ran through here and tore everything to shreds. So,
with a 17 medicine, Ziden, you find that these individuals were cut down with some kind of weapon. It doesn't look bestial. It looks like it was something sapient and willing to fight.
Stabbing.
Max, you find humanoid footprints among the bokoblin footprints, and you find a wide variety of them. You find footprints of a normal size, which kind of follow other bokoblin footprints that head towards the mine. Then you find they're kind of like boots and shoes.
Yes, okay.
But you find other humanoid footprints that seem too large for a normal humanoid to possibly have. Like, you put your foot in it, and you find that your foot is literally less than half the size of this foot.
Oh, God.
Can I tell which direction those footprints go from the carnage?
It seems that they led into the clearing. There was a clear scuffle, and then they left out of the clearing. They didn't go anywhere near the cave.
Okay. So just a completely perpendicular direction.
So they came in, fuck shit up, and leave?
Yeah.
Even still, if the chance is that there are innocent people inside the cave, then we should probably at least check it out.
Being somebody that's kind of done a lot of wilderness-related things, could I roll I don't want to say nature, but a nature or survival check in order to attempt to identify that huge track?
Sure.
This is a big human.
14?
14. You look at it, and you find that the shape of it seems that they were wearing a boot. So you you rule out the possibility. It's not only is it wearing a boot, but it's also too small for it to be something like a Hinox.
May I? Well, go for this first, and then I'll throw something.
Yeah. Judging by the size and the fact that it's a clothed boot with a pointed tip of a very distinct shape, you believe possibly a dark nut came through here.
Yeah, I was about to, rather than nature or whatnot, because Sho's main deal is investigation. Check like the weight of the footprint, the pointedness of the toe. If there's like a slight, like there's levity in the space at the very bottom of the foot where there's a slight bend in bottom of boots, in armor sabatons at least. So may I roll investigation for that, just to see if it's like an armored based thing?
Yeah, sure. If you want to learn anything about dark nuts in detail, you may roll a history check.
I shall do that as well.
I shall do that after casting guidance upon myself.
My word.
For a total of 15.
Apparently, I know something about this.
Okay.
Oh, it's interesting because it's me and Max who seem to know the most about it, implying maybe we saw one.
First things first, me looking at the footprints at a 15 investigation.
With the first investigation, yes, they are armored footprints. They are
big armor.
They are definitely
Yikes.
an aspect of plate mail of a certain descriptor, and the sheer weight of the metal plus the weight of the person being so much larger has made quite a distinct dent in the floor. With a 15 in history, both Max, Max, you got a natural 20, so I'll add some additional things on top of here. But both Ziden and Max, you are aware that dark nuts are a very militaristic, honor-based knight kind of thing. They're effectively, it's weird. It's like a military dictatorship among the dark nuts. They are very much into their honor as a warrior. They are very much into the basis of like regimental organizations. Their family is their regiment. But the thing that strikes you as bizarre is that most dark nuts don't really travel alone. Even though dark nuts themselves are fearsome warriors, possibly the best swordsmen in all of Hyrule, the problem lies in the fact that they usually go along with others for the sake of
At least two.
Yeah, at least two. Sometimes they have they have battle brothers where they go around in pairs. Some of them have squires. Some of them go along in full regiments. This one appears to be by itself. And
so makes his sword appear, pulls up the shield. All right.
And Max, you know specifically, and you're not sure how you came across this. It's possibly something that you found in a book while searching for dragon stuff. Is that the only explanation for a dark? There are two possible explanations for a dark nut that has gone by itself. Either it was disgraced and is dubbed a knave by the rest of dark nut society, or it's out to prove something. It's like on a spiritual quest or some kind.
Are we going off the? So are these? Okay, my lore dumbness in my head is paying off now. Are we going off of? So are these dark nuts? Are they just people who have essentially left whatever race they come from and formed a band, or are they like Twilight Princess or Wind Waker dark nuts, where they're a specific race?
They are a specific race because they are too big for regular people. Are they Twilight Princess, which are just like, you know, they're Twilight humanoids? I like to think they're a combination of the two. So in this canon, they are the size and their armor is the design of the Twilight Princess ones, but they are jackal people. They're giant wolf people, right? Yeah. Okay. Cool. I need to visualize this shit. I'm sorry. Okay. It's okay.
Just be on your guard. The Darknet are highly intelligent, highly skilled.
Well, it looks like this one went off somewhere else, so whatever it was doing wasn't here.
But even still, there's a chance that there are innocents inside the cave. So we should at least check it out before we leave.
Exactly. Looks like it doesn't look like they came back out.
If we came across said Darknut, there is a reasonably good possibility that we might not even start a fight. They're not inherently malicious unless they've been given orders to do so. Their order is simply military, very militaristic. If they pick a fight with something, it's either to prove a point or they've been given orders to do so. So, given that even if this Dark Knight had knowledge or not of innocents being around inside the cave, he obviously wasn't going to do anything to harm them. You don't really learn anything in a fight from slaughtering children.
But what if he's got something to prove, and as you said, he doesn't want to slaughter children, but we're not exactly... Okay, most of us aren't exactly children.
Indeed. But
Renji's size.
But we're warriors.
And
Exactly.
keeping his eyes open is going to walk towards the cave. Towards the mine.
Indeed.
So will Max.
And
Okay.
I would like to make a perception, if that's possible, and that would be a 20.
Okay.
Yikes, my
So-
dude.
So I'll move you over. So essentially, as you're coming in,
Mhm.
and I will change the ambiance as I appeared. So Dark Cave A.
Ambience.
Sho sends the familiar owl, like, just flying near the top of the cave, just in there, just because it can see things better.
Okay.
How are you
Um,
doing?
The
Shut
dark, the darkness in these mines seems a little more oppressive than it was before outside. Like you would expect a mine to be remarkably dark anyway, especially when it's not lit. But it seems much darker in here for some reason. It's not like a thing where you look in and see, oh, it's just magical darkness, can't see at all. You can see perfectly fine, but there's something about the darkness that feels oppressive. The sounds of nature from outside simply just fade away far faster than you'd expect, replaced with the cold silence of this cave network. Before you lies a variety of paths. 4 separate tunnels branch off into the darkness. Near a rocky wall with a makeshift signpost marks out different tunnels. To the left lies tunnels A and B, to the north C, D, and E, and then to the west tunnel F. And I will drag you over to the actual thing. So you're looking to be at the bottom here.
Right.
And with your 20, Renji, you hear chatter coming from this tunnel. Seems excitable.
Okay.
I also hear some other chittering and chattering coming from this direction. Well, I say, for the sake of the audio-only medium, you hear chittering and chattering coming from the west, and then chittering and chattering coming from the north.
The northeast.
Yeah.
Specifically.
Northeast.
Northeast.
Okay.
So what appears to
So-
be Tunnel A and Tunnel C.
Right. I glance over at the others, and holding my sword, I just point with it to Tunnel C right in front of me, and as quiet but as noticeable as I can for at least our party, I say, there's some voice, like something coming from there, and then I point to the tunnel in the west, to the west, and over there.
If you don't mind. Sho has the owl fly down to it, and I'm going to cast a first level spell to use Find Familiar, and I'm going to turn the owl into a bat.
Okay. So you have a bat with you now.
And Sho's going to, someone make sure I don't fall over anything. And I send the bat down tunnel C, and you see Sho's eyes glaze over, and he's like, I'm using the bat senses. So echolocating around. Ping ping.
Okay. So let's see. So you're sending it as far as you possibly can down Tunnel C.
As far as I can down tunnel C.
Okay. So let's see.
Which
how far
is, with my familiar, I can go up to
100 feet.
yeah.
Okay. So you get a fair distance. As your bat flutters down and you look around, you see that just before your visual range cuts out, you pass on your right another tunnel entrance, but what catches your eye the most just before you reach the edge of your influence is that you see the end of what is Tunnel C. And you also see another tunnel entrance to the left. In the one to the left and one to the north, you see 2 bokoblins, and in the one directly to the north at the end of Tunnel C, you see appears to be a group of individuals huddled together on the ground.
Humanoid individuals?
Humanoid individuals.
Echolocation, you can ping between something that has a very long, stubby head and people.
Yeah.
So, through the familiar telepathy, Sho commands the bat to just simply hang up from the ceiling, and Sho's color returns to his eyes and is like, blinks a couple seconds, like, right, so if we head down Tunnel C, at the very, very end, there are 1 or 2 bokoblins keeping watch, but also a group of humans huddled together. My greatest assumption would be that those are the people we're looking for. Our first priority is getting to them, then dealing with anything else that might be in this cave.
So it would be best if we snuck down that way.
Along our way, reasonably far down though, there will be a exit to the right leading down another tunnel, and then at the very end where the people are huddled, there is also one on the left, which is where the bokoblins might be. So yeah, we should move quickly and quietly.
Right. Renji is going to try and sneak ahead.
Okay. Make
Good
yourself a
thing.
stealth
Good
check.
thing we don't need to have torches.
That's a natural 20 for a 22.
Very nice.
As
Okay.
in the shadows as your sword, my friend.
Yes.
First,
That's a modified 22.
Nice.
I got a 13, but I'm keeping back so I can. I'm keeping at the back of the party anyway, so I can like switch between like bat vision and myself to like keep an eye on things.
Yeah.
I got 17.
I got 12.
Okay. Give me a sec. I just need to bring up some stats to see what passive perception of a pair of bokoblins is. I wouldn't imagine it's very high.
But who knows?
Who knows?
Blins, bokoblins, bokoblin.
So yeah, Sho takes like a 10 feet step, puts his hand on a wall, switches to bat vision to make sure everything's okay, and then does the same thing.
Okay.
Again.
So their passive perception is nowhere near high enough. So you all managed to successfully stealth your way down the corridor.
Dude, nice. Sho sneaks up behind Renji and like grabs his shoulder. It's like, there's one in the tunnel to the left, and one dead ahead.
I understand. Who should we... Beyond these, have you seen any others?
Now that I'm in a closer area, I take control of the bat, and I flit it into the corridor on the left. So in here.
Okay, so you see one directly guarding the entrance, and then one in this corridor, and that's it. You've only spotted 2 thus far. At least those are the 2 most obvious ones that you found.
Sho returns to his own sight. It's like, there's only one in the area on the left, and then one dead ahead. This should be relatively quick and simple. Sho turns around to the rest and is like, me and Renji should take the one on the left side. You 2, you 3, head up and deal with the one dead ahead, and then make sure to reassure the civilians of their safety.
Ziden will nod and take out his scimitar and shield. This isn't a great...
Max just raises his finger, ready to fire.
Just like
Sho-
a little finger gun.
Yeah.
Left hand roll. Like, yeah.
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 Sho once again puts his hand on Renji's shoulder and is like, on your mark.
Right. And Renji just heads for its target.
Okay.
As soon as Renji moves, Hikan follows to the other target.
So, yep. So,
Okay.
before, we're basically bum rushing, ready to go.
Yeah. So go in. We'll do attacks one at a time to not confuse everybody. So let's see, Renji.
I guess stack up. Renji goes first.
Yeah.
Right.
So
With this, I will cast Hex on the bokoblin that's in the tunnel to the left, to the west.
Yep.
And then slash it with my my Twilight Energy longsword.
Okay.
Swing.
So Hex gives me an extra 1d6 damage if it hits. I roll a 13.
Yep, so that's a hit. So you deal
5 plus 1d6.
Oh, that's not. And let's see.
I'd also say these attacks are at advantage because you managed to stealth so well. You managed to get your sneaky, attacky stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, apparently it didn't roll.
I'll roll it for you quickly.
Sorry about that.
1d6. An extra
so it's 6 damage for
6
this.
damage.
So a total of 6.
At the moment.
Okay, so you roar around you swiftly slide around the corner, cast your spell, and then stab this thing, and he's about to scream out in pain, but then Sho comes in with the follow-up attack.
Also, he has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws, ability checks.
Yeah,
that's not that good. Even with my advantage, my option was either a natural 1 total 6, or a 8. So
yeah, you overestimate your strike and manage to land the blade in the support beam that you're standing next to, but it doesn't cut the beam, and you just manage to rather swiftly just pull it out. Sword is undamaged. Then we'll say Hikan, you're fairly speedy. You get to go next with your bokoblin target.
You ran right behind us there.
Alrighty. Sort of gonna try to vault off the wall, the left wall, to try to bash it upside the head with the staff as I get behind it.
Okay.
For a 23 for 8.
Nice. Ping.
And then I'm gonna donkey punch it in the back of the head since I'm behind it now.
Ping.
Another 23 for 7.
Nice. You run up and just boom, it's crack. You feel the separation of bone at the back of his skull, and he just crumples to the ground, no more, silenced before he even said a word.
Oof.
Ziden.
Oh, I guess I'll step over here instead.
Hello.
Hi, I need to stab this.
Hello. Sho ducks his head because they're in between you and the target is a support beam and me. So Sho does duck down so you can get a good swing.
It's like just appearing from the darkness. There is you thrust forward with your scimitar.
A third Sheikah, surprise!
third Sheikah, who saw it coming? And just you stab it straight through the throat, and it falls to the ground. No more.
Okay.
Do the civilians look tied up?
Turning around, yes, they do. They appear to be bound again.
I start untying them.
Okay.
Sho claps Renji on the shoulder. Well done.
I'm gonna look in this box.
Okay. So untying the civilians. Who are you? What's going on?
Shh. Keep them quiet, please.
We came from the Echo of Hylian. We're gonna get you guys back, okay? We just don't know what's going on here, so let's be quiet and let's be careful.
Okay.
What I need you all to do is stay right here. We're going to keep going through here and deal with as many threats as possible. After that, we will come and escort you out the front. But you must stay here.
Are you guys hungry?
A little.
I give all of them a ration.
Okay. Nice.
The people back at the village said that there were 6 of you here. Where's the other one?
Oh, you must mean Father Anshaw. I don't know. They separated us from him.
Right.
Do you know which way he went?
No.
Renji, come.
Yes.
In the box, Ziden, you find several things. First, you find the majority of which you find a bunch of colorful stones.
Hooray!
But I can't describe them to you properly because you have dark vision that shades of grey. So you'll have to wait until you're outside in the light to actually see them properly.
Rock.
Just pocket them for now, I suppose.
You find a total of 6 different stones, and you also find what
6
appears to
shiny
be
rocks.
a piece of paper.
Well, they wouldn't be shining if there's no light in here. It would just be rocks.
Let's see. I need notes and clues. Arc 1.
With notes, if it's completely dark and you have dark vision, can you read notes?
I'm going
Yeah.
to assume so,
Shades
but
of
if it's a colourful picture, you won't be able to tell what the colours are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in your documents folder,
I'm pretty sure, though, all of us, though.
It would be black on like light grey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured, like, is dark vision based on light? If not, it's just like you have a piece of paper, you can't see anything on it.
But basically, how dark vision
It's
works is
magic. You don't have
Yeah.
to explain it.
Yeah.
But if you wanted an approximation, it is the equivalent of like cat night vision. Our eyes just simply register. We can register less light,
That's fair.
but we can't pass it into color.
There is a document in the documents folder of your thing called the Tattered Journal of Torville. And really, when you say journal, it's a single piece of paper. But it seems to be in a more recent version of Hylian that you're able to read it properly.
I guess I'll gather everyone up to read it to them. The final straw has been broken. Ricard keeps stealing all of my stuff. I always find the best minerals in the mine, and he always takes them. I know it's him. The daft bastard can't tell his arse from a hole in the ground, so he has to get fat on the spoils of others. Well, no more. I've hidden a box of my best stuff in Tunnel E. No one dare go down there, not with how unstable it is. However, if Ricard is stupid enough to go and grab my things, there's a little surprise waiting just for him. So there's loot down Tunnel E, but there's also a trap.
Alright.
I might suggest if once we get everyone out and decide to look for that loot, if I turn into a spider, the trap probably won't trigger from the ceiling.
Whilst we're here, at this point, well, like where me and Renji are, Sho is going to call the bat over and send it down this tunnel. Diddle-doo.
Okay, you send it down that tunnel.
And switch to its senses.
Renji is going to stand on the other side of the hallway.
You send the bat down this tunnel, and it goes for a short distance before it gets to a tunnel entrance where there's a bunch of fallen boulders, as well as a single crate at the end. And Renji, as you're leaning against that wall, you kind of look around next to Sho. You see painted crudely on the wall is the big letter E.
This is the tunnel in question. Boulders have already fallen, but I wouldn't put it past this person named Torville to have placed any more traps. If you wish to go forward, then go ahead, but be careful.
Okay, what would be best? Is a giant spider or a small spider?
Probably a small one.
I mean, it's hard to trigger a trap when you're the size of a spider.
Yeah.
They're not. They're not physically heavy enough to trigger anything.
With my well, a giant spider would be.
Although
That's a
the
small
only
one.
problem with going as a small spider would just be getting whatever it is back.
Well, that's the thing. Like with my echolocation, is there can the bat tell if there's any bodies on the floor? Like this poor person.
Oh, with the bodies? No, there are no bodies on the floor. Seems rather clean.
Right.
Or
Okay.
detect any traps.
Yeah, I guess. Is there any like fine pieces of string?
Make a perception check.
Okay. But
While they're doing that, can I look through the bokoblins just to see if they have anything?
Sure.
Just put your hand right in there, buddy.
They have
22.
22. You do manage to find that between two support beams is a rather well put together tripwire.
So which two support beams down here? Is it between these two? Or
They're
these two?
right at the end of the tunnel, like almost next to the crate.
I mean, if we know where it is, I guess I don't need to transform. I just step over it.
Yeah. Sho brings attention. It's at the very end by the crate itself, between two support beams. It's at foot. It's at foot level. Foot level.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
I guess
So simply take careful of any of the spaces in between the beams.
Ziden will nod, and
Renji
then
is going to follow Ziden at a small distance, just in case something goes wrong.
Probably
There's
like
at least
10
someone to...
does anyone have healing potions? I doubt it'll do my full health in one go, but it could.
Just
Renji pulls
I have
from his pack, from the bag of holding, a amber-colored vial. I do. No worries.
And again, at the same time, I have healing words, so I can heal from a range if we want someone else to go, since we know what the trap is.
I can do it!
Can we just do it?
Whatever. Okay. So I will carefully go just in case there is another trap.
Yeah.
As Ziden's going through, Sho calls back the bat and sends it back down from when we came, down this way, just in case anyone's following.
Okay. So carefully stepping around the support pillar side, you manage to get a fair distance until you find the room in question. This small but seemingly well supported room. Along one wall appears to be loosely piled boulders, as if a cave-in had sealed away another possible corridor. At the north end of the room is a single wooden box.
How? I was just having a slight thought that if I turned into a spider, I could probably get in between all those rocks, but that would be difficult for you to deal with.
Yeah, so don't worry about it. Just see what you can find in that box and be careful.
Okay, so I'll just stop here until I can actually spot the line.
Yeah. So make a perception check with advantage, since you know that it's there.
And I will guidance myself.
22.
That's a strong
24.
That's a strong 24.
Yeah. You find it easily enough. It seems to be going between these two support beams. So if you step that way or just straight ahead, you would probably have to step over it.
Wait, can I just do like that?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, so just go around it.
Yeah.
I will examine the crate just in case that also is trapped.
Okay.
Good old knock on each side.
For 14.
14. You examine it. You kind of have a look around. Seems to be a fairly basic wooden box. It seems Torville wasn't exactly good at spring traps. It was just really the tripwire was to dislodge a support beam to cause the rocks to tumble down. But
Also, the guy seemed pretty proud of the fact that he set up one trap. He would be chuffed if he set up a spring trap in the box as well. So he didn't make mention of anything.
We'll open the box.
Okay. The box contains, judging by the minting on the coins, a single platinum piece, 34 gold pieces, a few more special shiny looking rocks, as far as you can tell, and
how many?
7.
Okay.
One looks different from the other 6, but you can't tell considering the lack of colour. And about 20 kilos worth of iron ore, judging by the figure of it.
Shall I just put that all in my inventory and we sort it when we're not inside a cave?
Probably
Probably.
not the 20 kilos of iron ore.
Yeah, not that.
We have a bag of holding.
Are you the one
Do you,
with the bag
do
of
you
holding?
want to clog that up with iron ore?
I'll put the other stuff in for now.
Okay.
Yeah. If we can, we can come back. Besides, there's one thing I'm worried about. If there was no body there, then this person hasn't fell for the trap, nor have they rummaged through the box in question, meaning that he's not dead. They might be still here.
So 1 plat piece, 34 gold, 6 other shiny rocks, 1 different shiny rock, and we're leaving the iron ore, or...
For now.
So,
How does a bag of holding go again? I can't remember what its limits are.
I don't know what the limits are because
It's a 50 by 50 cubic space, isn't it?
We'll figure it out later.
For now, the stuff that we have fits, definitely.
Yeah.
right, yeah.
It's what, a few books and tapestry?
Chatter from a different tunnel when we entered, so we might as well just check that out
Oh,
now.
were we
Indeed.
going to basically get the citizens out to the cave entrance and let them walk back, or are we going to escort them back?
We're going to, as I said, we're going to escort them back once we deal with any potential threats here.
Okay.
First, we still need to find one of them.
Yeah.
Guys, does somebody have a torch?
Why is that? Why so?
For the Hylians?
I'll take one out of my explorer's pack and give it to you.
I will use my tinderbox to light it.
I don't know what he's talking about. I can see fine.
If only we were all so lucky.
Not the long-eared Hylian, the civilians. And I will give that torch to the group of people there, because I know light makes people feel more comfortable.
Which
and was there
one?
anything on the bokoblins?
On the bokoblins, you find, after rummaging through them, you find hide armor. Both of them wearing hide armor, suited for medium-sized humanoids. About 7 copper pieces between them and a couple of cleavers, and that's about it.
I'll take the copper and leave the rest.
There you go. There's now light.
Alright.
Let there be light.
Sho follows behind Renji. Is like, is this the tunnel in question?
Yes.
The bat flies down.
And Renji also puts up his Sheikah eyes
Okay,
for a perception of 17.
nice. So which turn are you looking down? Are you looking down this one or that
Yes,
one?
the
This
one, the westmost.
Westmost one.
And I send a bat down, and I send the bat down there as well.
Okay, so between the two of you, you have a look around. You don't seem to see anything immediately. You do see a bunch of web. A lot of web. It's a dead-end tunnel that ends not quite close to where you currently are, but the majority of it is just webbing.
Having the bat fly back and go down the other one.
Okay, that one. Following the mine tracks down, you see that the bat continues to go a fair distance before eventually. What's the AC of your bat?
Well, the familiar's AC is...
Whatever a bat is.
Yeah.
Which is 12.
12. Okay. Yeah, it's not going to hit. Something from the darkness seems to try and strike out at the bat, but the bat manages to avoid it for the most part.
Show you could probably see Show's body jolt a little bit because shit, and has the bat fly back as he's doing so, trying to get a bead on what possibly took a swung.
Okay, make a perception check.
7.
7. You don't manage to find what you're looking for, sadly.
So something took a swing and the bat was like, nah, fuck that, man, and left.
Yeah, you don't see anything different from the tunnels that you were just in.
As Sho returns to his own senses, he points. There's something down there. He tried to strike out.
Well, we are armed.
And I wouldn't say going to the tunnel on our left. There's a lot of web there.
I mean, I can deal with that. But
Yes, but I really don't want to be dealing with even more spiders.
it'll be fine. Make friends with the spiders.
No.
Only if it turns out to be necessary.
Gotta catch them all.
No.
Okay, we'll sneak this way then.
Sneaky beaky.
Snick. Still
I get a 10.
That's an 8 for me.
And a 9 for me.
Okay.
16s. Good thing I was leading the party.
And I'm right at the back.
So, damn, completely imperceptible, but those jackasses in the middle,
They're our distraction.
Okay. Let's see. So as you're slinking down,
Slink.
I would like you to make perception checks if you can.
Alright.
Bang, 22.
That's 21 for Renji.
12.
As you're let's see. So
11.
12,
16?
16, 11. Okay, so Hikan, Renji, Sho, you, as you're moving down the corridor, you see that some of the shadows on the walls just don't seem right. They seem purposefully out of place.
I know shadows.
Not the shadows again.
Sho, fixes his eyes on one of them on the wall and slowly draws his sword and takes a swipe at the wall.
Okay, make an attack roll, and then when you've done that, everybody roll initiative.
Okay.
Swing 15 to hit for 7.
Okay. So you managed to snag something, and it cuts through.
Let's say for convenience sake, I was here.
Yeah. You manage to strike at something, and it cuts against the shadow and displaces it, at which point they realize that the jig is up. And several more of these shadowy creatures just melt out of the wall, and bare their pointed claws at you and prepare for a battle. And
Oh
I just
no,
need
not
to
again.
grab my
The
sheet.
spookies.
Let's do that one, why not? Okay, and then I need to get back on the right layer. For the shadows, public. 16. Sweet. Okay, so initiative order is Hikan, then Ziden, then the shadows, then Renji, then the shadows, because you tied and players always go first. Then Max, then Sho.
Hooray! Help,
Player
help,
privilege.
help, 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 help. I don't have the blade song active.
Unfortunately, I couldn't see the other one, so I am going over to this one and then to my tried and true combo of stick then fist.
Stick and fist.
Okay, so the first strike misses, having
But
only
that
rolled an 8.
punch, though.
But the punch lands a punch. Before I do, I need to make sure that I've
Oof.
dealt with the damage properly on the first one. So it's -4, and then that one is also -4. Okay. So much like before, your strikes find their mark, and you can see parts of the shadow just being torn away, but it's slowly reforming, as if your strikes aren't doing as much damage as you would expect them to do.
I'm not level 6 yet, unfortunately.
Not level 6. Hey, so that was a quarterstaff strike and an unarmed strike. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn, or?
Nope, I am good.
Okay, Ziden.
I really need to think of what I can use as a combat form when in tight tunnels. I'm gonna go help Sho.
Thank you.
There and there, probably. Let's get
Check
in here, I guess.
Okay.
Slither away on him.
And I'm gonna stab it. Not a good stabbing.
Sadly, not a good stabbing. But you do manage to hit it. It's just you catch it on the shoulder rather than the center mass, and sadly, it doesn't do as much as you would want it to do. Renji.
Right. Renji, how warm is it in the cave, by the way?
It's quite chilly.
Quite chilly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bit nippy.
Bit nippy. Like shivering. Renji is just.
You're not. You have the shadow dagger. You're fine.
No. Renji is going to close his eyes, and then suddenly, like the chill of the area is just going to form around him.
Oh shit.
In armor.
Armor Agathis.
Yes. And because I am a warlock, I cast it at level 2 for the
Nice.
second level. So that's 10 temporary hit points and 10 cold damage for anyone who is going to attack me. And I'm going to attack the second shadow on the east with a on the east. Yes.
I thought you said west.
I did not say waste. I'm going to hit it for 6 slashing damage if a 15 hits.
It does indeed hit, and you can feel the magic of your blade cutting more efficiently through these creatures. It howls in pain, and upon its turn, it's going to retaliate by striking at you with its shadowy claws. So it's going to attempt to land an attack on you. 13, I don't think hits your AC.
It does not hit.
Okay. Then the one next to Hikan is going to attempt to do the same thing, just to reach out and grab you.
Give him the suck.
I don't think a 15 hits your AC.
15 does not.
No
Okay.
suckins for you.
The third
Again, bad touch!
the third one's going to try and strike out at Sho, having done the most damage to him.
Damn it. I'm gonna get hit, aren't I?
23 versus AC.
God damn it!
Okay, and your strength is reduced by...
Cool, it's not my attacking stat.
You lose 1 point in your strength as it manages to lay a hand on you and just kind of begin to drain the essence from you, and you feel yourself just being weighed down by your clothes and equipment a bit more than you would have expected to.
All right.
I remember lay on the hands as being something different.
Yeah. At which point, another one surges all the way down from the tunnel in order to flank with Hikan and attempts to ambush him from behind. Does an 18 hit your AC?
Just barely.
Okay, so you take 11 necrotic damage.
Suck.
And you lose 3 points in your strength stat. As you are...
I don't have any armor, so...
So as it kind of just manages to put an arm around you and just begin, and just you feels just a core aspect of you just being drained away. Max, it's your go.
As it closes so I can actually see what's going on. Okay. I'm gonna summon some darts of magic and throw them all at the one in between Renji and Hikan.
Okay.
Magic missile. 9 damage.
9 damage. Nice. You see that your missiles find their mark, as they always do. Just blowing holes in the shadow. Sadly, it seems cohesive enough to maintain a form of its own, and remain standing where it is. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
Nope.
Okay. Then Sho, it's your go.
Right. Upon remembering that these things have a tendency to get blood-stuffed by magic, because, you know, magic weapons do a bit more.
Yeah.
Sho's hand is going to spark bright with lightning, and is going to splash out with a lightning lure.
Okay. Time must seen a strength saving throw. Oh, that's a good idea. It has a -2 to its strength. It rolls an 8.
So I guess, since I'm right in its face, I guess I yank it up to the floor.
It doesn't knock it prone, but you do deal it damage. So it just kind of gets pulled closer to you in a more intimate fashion, I guess, but not to the floor, sadly.
Yikes.
Oh, how bold!
Anything else you want to do in your turn?
No.
Okay. Hikan.
So the first one that I've been kind of dancing back and forth with, and that Max hit with the magic missiles there, I am going to whack it with my staff.
Okay.
A 12?
A 12 hits, and even halved, it does manage to basically shatter this shadowy creature and scatter its energy form in all directions.
Alrighty, then if that's the case, I wasn't going to go with my original plan, and instead I am going to use a key point to do Flurry of Blows on the one that tried to eat me.
Okay.
Give it the suck.
With a natural 1 and a 15.
So safe to say the first one misses.
The first one does miss. You kind of like you still feel staggered slightly from just having your strength drained from you, and twirling around. But coming around, you manage to just backhand this thing in the face, taking a chunk of shadow away, but not doing enough to truly grievously wound it.
And then I'm going, as a part of the Flurry of Blows, I'm going to use the Drunken Technique to get my free disengage and move 10 feet away.
Nice.
AKA later, loser.
Alrighty, and that's turn.
Nice. Ziden.
Stab! I stabbed.
You stabbed.
I'm done.
You're done? Okay.
But did it die though?
No, it didn't.
Damn it!
You stab forward, this time getting a much more dedicated strike. This time hitting its center mass and just roughly tearing the blade out. But it still manages to maintain some kind of form in order to keep on fighting. Renji.
Right, in that case, I am going to hit.
Oh, wait. I
What?
can actually do something with my bonus action.
What?
I will glance over to Sho and cast Healing Word upon him.
Yeah.
Do your job, healing man.
It's plus 5 hit points from your healing word.
Yes.
As the animal, as the grandpa who can change into animal forms gives you some encouraging advice.
He just like stops someone and goes, "Wait a minute! I can do stuff other than eating as an animal." You stop being hurt.
Oh, okay. Right. Okay. And like that.
Renji.
Right, Renji is like looking over the shadows that are attacking him and just realizing they can't hit me very well. Well, in that case, he's going to drop his shield for the moment, and he is going to take up the shadow dagger.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and he's going to attack the shadow once with the longsword. That is a 7.
That is a miss.
There's a
miss.
You're not adept with 2-weapon fighting, my boy.
Right, and then the shadow dagger, because I've not. What?
Oh
That's
wow!
a
I'm
natural
so
one.
sorry. There's 2 natural ones in a row.
2 natural ones. Oh,
You try to be cool and draw your dagger and do some like neat spin attack, and the guy was like, "Nah."
it's not cool. It's just
Dropping
cool.
your shield, you manage to step on it, which upsets your balance, which causes you to miss your mark on several things.
And I'm changing my armor class at the. Come on, I'm changing my armor class at the moment.
And then have you put it back in edit mode?
Yeah, I tried,
Okay.
but
Alright.
You can't do that. You'd have to like remove the shield entirely. So.
yeah, I did.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, the AC thing is calculated by like you have this thing active.
Yeah, and I do not have it active anymore.
Yeah.
I dropped my armor class willingly by 2 points.
Yep.
I have a reason for this.
So the shadow.
It's like, oh, sick! You've just given me a free opportunity.
Yeah, he feels that way, so he's going to go in and just like he's like, "You fool!" and reach out to grasp at you. Sadly, only rolling a 9.
No!
This is like a pathetic slap fight.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's my fight with the Picasso all over again.
Thunderslap, 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 thunderslap.
It's like drop kick where 1 hit counts, but you're just constantly missing each other. The other shadow is going to take great displeasure in the fact that it's being stabbed and turn around to Ziden with its shadowy claws and is going to be
Suck.
grasping at you. Does a 16
Denied.
AC? It doesn't? Okay.
I've got 18 because I'm using scimitar and shield.
Ah, yes, you are.
No
okay.
suck for him.
So you just bat the hand away. It's like, no!
No,
Bad
there's not.
touch.
And the other one's going to chase after Hikan, its chosen quarry, and go for another grab attack to see if it can grab you and drain some strength from you.
Suck.
It's an 18 hit your AC.
Oh shoot, I'm pretty messed up.
And so you take another 12 necrotic damage. And your strength goes down further by another 1.
So I've lost a total of 4.
Yes.
Okay. My strength is now a -2, guys.
Oh.
Fucking yikes, my guy.
Max, it is your go.
Help the man.
Okay.
Huh, fine.
I haven't used this spell yet.
I haven't tried this
That
yet.
doesn't
Shut up.
sound good.
I haven't tried this one yet. Fucking wild magic fireball.
That's fine, it's a dragon. Can't do wild magic.
No. Wild magic's the best. Yo, here comes a fireball surprise. I'm actually a chicken.
Not so much fireball as witch bolt.
Ooh.
25 to hit for 11 damage.
Oof.
Nice.
As suddenly the smell and sound of lightning just crackles through the entire corridor.
Basically, a bit like what I did, but much, much, much better.
Shonya, it's done.
Mine's
You
like
just-
mine's like a little lash. It's like a little electrical, like whooching, and yours is just like bang.
Mine is unlimited power.
Yeah, you just kind of like raise your hands and just fucking chain lightning this bastard shadow with grievous amounts of damage. It still stands, but is like basically in the process of disintegrating from the force of the lightning.
He's not having a
And-
good day.
Max looks at Hikan and says, back up, Renji.
Okay.
Oh, my poor drunken boy.
Closer to it as I'm lightning in it.
Yeah, Sho, it's your go.
I'm going to take a swing at this thing with my sword. 23 to hit for 8.
Do you want to hit it with a piece of grass?
With my sword.
Yes, sword.
Oh shit, that means grass. Fucking damn it. I
See,
forgot.
Sho, utterly annoyed with the abhorrence of this shadow, just brings the blade up in one wide arc and bifurcates it, and it just fades away from view.
And then... Hey, baby girl, what you doing?
It's just shifting behind the other shadow that's currently being palpatined to death.
Teleports behind you, nothing personnel kid.
Hikan!
We've got this. Help Renji.
You have advantage on the other, though.
You can hit
Yeah, I was trying to sit here and figure out that even despite being witch bolted, it'd still get an opportunity attack if I tried to help or get in range to hit the other one, wouldn't it?
Exactly.
So I am gonna hit the one right next to me with the staff.
Okay. That is a 15 to hit, and you do manage to just thwack it across the face and do just enough to cause it to dissipate in a cloud of lightning sparks, and
I will end the spell before it goes into Sho's face.
Thank you!
I spit on the shadow pile and then move one square over, half hobbling, to punch the other one twice using another flurry of blows.
Angry. My boy is so strong!
that's a hit. That's a hit.
My little boy is so
3
strong.
and 3. Excellent. So that's
That's 11 damage on that one total.
Technically 6 because, you know, magic.
So
So-
maybe only 5.
yeah. So thoroughly annoyed, you just kind of boom, just strike at this shadow, it falling apart as it's kind of being bullied in the corner by Sheikah. And
Give me your
That-
lunch money!
Ziden, it's your go.
What type of action is it to switch weapons?
You can drop something for free, and then you have a free object interaction afterwards to draw something new. But to sheathe something would take your object interaction.
What if?
Yeah.
So could I
if-
put my sword and thing away without, and if I don't move, just shoot, or do I have to drop it to shoot? My
I'd say you could sacrifice a move action to do that. That seems fair.
That is basically me moving. So yes, I'll put away my scimitar and shield and take out the longbow to shoot it. Pew!
Oh boy.
Sadly, that is a miss as the arrow clatters against the back wall.
I should stick to biting things. Grumble, grumble, grumble.
Or stabbing them.
Yeah, possibly.
What's stealing me?
Okay. I'm going to put a curse on this shadow. Yeah, the Hexblade's curse. So I will slash it once with my True Twilight Longsword for
It's gonna
14.
die. It's
And
gonna
this
die. It's dead.
is going to give. Let's see. Hold on. Where does that come from?
This guy's been sufficiently bullied.
It also gets. It gets 13 slashing damage
Okay.
because
It's
I
okay.
add my proficiency.
Yes.
to damage.
Okay,
Because-
and you just kind of, you strike forward, you stab through it, you feel the sword stab into the back wall, and then the shadow just kind of seems paralyzed briefly before it begins to pixelate and is absorbed into your Twilight Sword.
Told
It
you.
is gone.
And with my shadow dagger at the ready, I just freeze. Just. Well,
Yeah.
Ooh, Ziden's finally seen you pixel absorb a thing.
right, yes.
Yes.
You didn't see that at the church?
I think he was too busy eating the other guy.
Yeah, he
enough.
was too busy in spiderisms.
Spiders. Ziden
And
is
then
going to
against the other shadow, he was too busy eating the other shadow.
That's gonna take a deep breath and walk away from the shadows and just calm himself down a bit.
Ziden's
Renji is going
pick up his
to
arrow,
sheath.
narrow his eyes at you, and then go over to Max.
Renji's just going to sheath the shadow dagger, dismiss his longsword, and pick up his sword, his shield.
Help me, magic man!
I am hurt.
Please, help me.
Why is your HP not on your token? Also, why is your token like off-centered at the map?
His HP is on his token. That small green dot is how much he has left.
Help the boy!
And I was off center because I was pushing alt because I'm on push to talk and alt's my key.
I don't see his health bar at all.
Help the boy!
Huh.
Thank you.
Yeah, here, let me give you an idea. On a scale of 1 to 27, I feel at about a 4.
Now you're at a
There we
9,
go. That's better.
and I will keep one spell slot left, I guess.
Thank you.
Carrying my shield again, I turn to Sho. I don't think Ziden likes me anymore.
I don't think he likes me much either.
You've done nothing wrong.
just
Renji,
healed you.
questionable.
I am perfectly fine with Hikan.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you've forgiven me about the octopus.
Only vaguely.
Renji's then just going to check the end of this tunnel, or what he thinks is the
Max
tunnel.
walks up to Hikan and hands him the second of his 3 healing potions.
Sho grabs Renji and pulls him back next to the wall, and just wait.
Wait.
Sends the bat through.
I down that healing potion. What is it?
Down through him.
2d4 plus 2.
So you send things down. Inside, I will find the thing. Where's my? There we go.
Aww. Poor boy. Only 6 HP off that.
So
That's
you
not bad.
see a fairly large opening compared to other places, and you see what appears to be an old man in vestments, examining things on the walls.
What
Sounds
kind of
it.
vestments, if we can see that?
They appear to be of a priest of Hylia.
Hylia, okay.
This is the father dude that they were talking about more than
Most
likely.
likely,
He
yes.
was a priest.
Before we head up, Sho's going to take a step forward, and he's going to investigate the space between the beams for more potential traps.
Make your investigation checks then.
It's actually a thing that I'm good at.
Not me, but I'm going to help. I think. I hope. Nope! That's a natural one.
I got a 13.
Ziden will do the same, seeing them do it.
There's no critical miss for skills.
Hikan's too busy using his stick as an actual walking stick.
Oh,
Looking through, you don't seem to find any more tripwires. It seems like a fairly clear tunnel.
what did the civilian say this guy's name was?
They said Father Renshaw.
Father Renshaw.
Yes.
Sho whisper shouts "Hey!"
What?
Yeah, it edges closer. Father Renshaw, I presume.
Oh! Thank Hylia. He just literally drops everything in his hands and just kind of staggers over to you. He seems tired and malnourished. And he just goes,
Sho holds him up.
Malnourished, you say? I give him a good berry.
Oh my god!
I never
Stop
said
it with the good berries.
Never!
I mean, I was gonna give him a ration, but a good berry works too.
Bad berries.
All the good berries. This is what druids do. They guidance and they good berry.
And turn into bears.
Also bears.
He takes the good berry and he eats it, and then after a moment, he feels far better. And he's oh, thank you so much.
We found the other poor souls who've been taken here.
Oh, thank Hylian. Rescue finally. Oh.
What were they making you do here? Or
I'm not sure. And he turns back to the wall, and the walls to this chamber appear to be scrawled with the etchings of what might be a madman. Illegible text seems almost carved into the stonework, along with crude pictographs. It's odd. You may want to make a intelligence check, those who are examining it, to get any kind of meaning.
intelligence coming up?
Just straight intelligence or like history or something?
Assonate.
Straight intelligence.
Guidance?
Sure.
Yay! For 19.
19. Okay. Looking at it, it appears to be pictographs that show a man possibly stealing something, a sphere-like object from an island somewhere, and then hiding it in this cave. The text is all in ancient Hylian and can't be deciphered, at least within the small amount of time that you have here. You'd have to spend a lot of time translating it, but that's what you get from the scrawlings. You also see some bone fragments and rusted tools just in one corner of this room.
What were the things that the father dropped on the floor?
What the father dropped on the floor was basically like a pencil and a notepad.
I'll pick it up for him.
I don't know, they're of no use to me anymore. Those damnable bokoblins, they dragged us in here. A couple of them made me try and figure out these scrawlings. I have no interest in them.
So they're just pictographs?
Assumedly. But they don't seem like normal cave paintings or hieroglyphs or anything that might be suggest an ancient civilization of any kind. It appears they might be some kind of, I don't know, someone might have come in here and been trapped in here. Maybe.
Sho goes to the wall and looks over the scrawlings. Is the line work itself similar to like the letter shapings of any of the languages I know?
It's ancient Hylian.
Real shit.
real shit.
Even more ancient than the stuff on the tapestry?
It's slightly different from the stuff that's on the tapestry, but
it's the same general like.
Yeah,
words.
you would need a couple of days to sit down and analyze this wall, to properly translate the whole thing.
Sho pulls out his notebook and pen.
Okay.
And very quickly just sketches the approximate like pictures as he goes across.
Yeah.
Just so he can like show Simeon. It's like, this is the tapestry that we found, and there were scrawlings that look similar like this.
If I may make a suggestion, something that my master used to do when we found interesting things like this. Does anybody have any charcoal? 'Cause we could get a rubbing.
I'm a bit big for that.
If not, that's okay. It's just a suggestion. Does he look like I do, like being drained or just malnourished?
He seems a combination of drained, tired, and malnourished. It looks like he's been thrown in this cave like a couple of days ago and been told to just examine. And that's all he's been able to do.
Okay, so it's not like the shadows messed with him.
You
Okay.
lot help them to the entrance. I'll grab the others.
I'll go with you.
I can guide him to the entrance if y'all want to get the others. I'm sure we'll take about the same amount of time.
You're fine.
No, my strength is still drained.
Yeah, it
he's-
stays drained till the rest. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So,
as
to
I'm
a short or
walking
long
along with,
rest.
as
I'll
I'm
stay with
walking
Hikan.
as I'm walking along with Max, I actually reach into my pocket and pull out the signet ring and hand it back to him. It's like,
Okay.
I couldn't find too much, but
Sorry.
Ah,
I
what the-
I
I'm in a
found
wall. Help me.
There you go. Hold on. There.
I did not find much, but I did find a name. I've forgotten the name.
It's been like over 4 weeks.
It's been 4 weeks.
I thought it's been longer since you found the name in the session before.
Yeah, it's more like 6, and my
6
memory's
weeks.
terrible.
It's Mightwind.
Mightwind. Thank you.
Yes.
Right.
So walking on, it's like, this imagery comes up with a family named Mightwind, but I could not find any information about that name itself. Well, if you were looking for a name, you at least have that now.
At first, he just sort of frowns for a while at the ring, and then he just listens and says, "Thank you."
Do not worry, I'll
It's-
find more as soon as I can.
It's further than anyone else has gotten.
With the extent of, if it is a Hylian name, then one would assume that the royal census and whatnot would at least have some manner of
All I wanted to know was if a family for me existed out here. And now I guess I do.
Renji leaning against the wall is like, I mean, for the moment you have us. For better or worse.
You'll do, I suppose.
oof.
There is a slight smirk on his face when he says that. Though.
Yeah, Renji returns that.
Sho heads up and is like, we found Father Renshaw. He's in a reasonably cognizant state. Looking a little bit worse for wear, but he should be fine.
People listening out at home, Sho's talking to the rest of the Hylians in the cave.
I moved all the way back up to the civilians.
Yeah.
So-
So they seem thankful, and taking your word that you've managed to secure the place, they follow you out.
Come, bring that torch. Let's go. Resident march. Da, 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 through the walls. Da, 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 da.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Da, 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 da.
Okay. There you go. And that other corridor, that was the last one. You basically, it stops off a series of wooden blocks, or wooden barricade, as it were,
Yeah.
with block capitals saying "Do not enter danger inside" written on the wood.
Is
So,
it
like-
written like in a line or in like
Do
two
not
lines?
enter inside.
Don't dead open inside for people who don't get the reference.
Hikan, just covers the N and the T. Do enter danger inside.
That really
Yeah.
doesn't dissuade anyone.
No.
If you want to check it out, I would say that we get at least the civilians to say first.
That might be a good idea.
We could also check out that area with all the spiders.
No.
Could being the
This
operative word.
This place isn't that far from the village. We can easily come back
That's true.
if we need to.
At least, Max, can you take the people outside at least? They probably haven't seen real sunlight in a while.
Come on.
Okay.
I'll go with Max.
So they all head outside. I'm just gonna remove them from the map now that they're effectively outside. They seem incredibly thankful that you have brought them back out into the open and just kind of revel in the sunlight and being outside, having kind of just been stir crazy for a couple of days.
Sho puts his hand on the door. Is it a door specifically, or is it like
No,
a...
it's basically sealed by wooden boards.
Any
then
gaps?
we're not going through.
They're like there's a gap for a tiny creature to squeeze through.
I call the bat over.
Okay.
And let the bat like crawl its way through.
Crawls through. You use your senses, and you fly the bat. It goes a long, short distance, then turns a corner towards the north, flying over what appears to be a chute for materials to be pushed down because it's along a set of carved stairs. Yeah. The cave then splits. One direction going to the left, one direction going to the right, but the one to the left goes a very short distance, like 10 feet before it reaches a dead end. To the right, you see it goes a little bit further before coming to a cave-in. Just before the cave-in, you see what appears to be a humanoid individual just kind of sitting on the floor, back to you, facing the wall.
There's a person in there.
Well, you don't know that, I do.
That's why I'm speaking in my voice.
It's hard to perceive the difference, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm not good at it. It's fine.
That's alright.
I'm trying.
We're not voice actors.
No.
Not like all those other popular D&D shows.
Oh!
I'm sorry, we love you there, also. But anyway.
Shot.
I met
Sho
I only listened to one.
Sho regains his own senses and like places his hand like to the wall again. So there's someone in there.
Would they be possibly in some way inflicted, or as someone that we should rescue?
It was someone who just sat in by a wall. It's a human, definitely.
Let's gather everyone up and try to get them out then.
How are we going to open this barricaded area then?
The old-fashioned way. Sho, like...
I'm not very fond of the old-fashioned way. It usually involves work.
Sho beckons the others back a little bit, just to step back, because the sword burst does get a bit...
I'll cast guidance on you, then step back.
Thanks. I'm not making a strength check. I'm cutting it down with magic.
It could help, maybe.
So as before did with the church, Sho basically just
spam sword burst until it breaks through.
Yeah, he's just basically swinging his free hand around, just like, and you just see cuts forming in the air just at the thing.
Yeah, it takes a while. These boards are really sturdy, like thick lumber, but eventually it does manage to break through, and I just need to go into the dynamic lighting area and get rid of this.
Be careful.
Alright.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Don't say that. I'm going to make it worse. Ranger's going
wait.
to try and sneak.
Ziden will stop Sho a second, or both of them. Should we check for traps?
I return to the bat's senses and try and echolocate around to see if there's anything.
Make a perception check, those who are searching for traps.
At a Fwatween.
A Fwatween.
11 for Renji.
Cayenne.
And a 17.
A 17.
It doesn't appear to be trapped. At least from what you can see. Seems fairly clear.
Does my 17 notice any areas of immediate danger, like danger of something falling regardless of traps?
Honestly seems really sturdy. This looks like it would have been a really good tunnel to mine in. It's just something in here is clearly a mess.
So it was this place that was caved in, and there's a wall here, and this is where the person is, right?
Yeah.
So
Can I roll a general intelligence check to see if I know about the canary in the coal mine?
Sho walks forward and sees the person
And the
crouching.
coffin.
Well, I didn't see that before. And he, still with his hand on his sword, he speaks out and says, "Hello."
there's a pause. As you call out to it, and it seems to be the person seems to be wearing tatters, and their head is lowered into their knees. And then when you say something, it slowly rises. At
this time, Renji, you can hear a faint whistle as Renji's longsword materializes in his hand.
As it turns, you can see the edge of a wooden mask. And as you get the full face, it suddenly opens its mouth and screams. So
Sho was like middle about to say, read that.
Everybody make a will save.
Oh boy.
Oh, wisdom save, rather.
Yes.
A 20.
So you're 15,
15
20,
for
25,
me,
30,
for Renji.
Okay.
18.
Okay, let's see. So all creatures within 60 feet who can hear.
And if anyone's gonna fail, it's gonna be me.
Let's see. It goes up every 10 feet. Creatures. So...
These 3 deads can't move that fast.
Yes.
Okay,
true.
so let's see. So if you're what
is it
the
just
lowest one there? Max got 13, but
is it just me and a card?
35. So
No, I have a 15, and I don't think, at the most, it should be a DC 15. But that's metagaming.
15, 14, 13.
Unless it's super ultra mega Reded.
So I'll quickly run through it for everyone. Hikan got a 20, Ziden got a 15, Max got a 13, then Renji got a 15, and I got an 18.
Oop, that's the wrong layer. Apparently I've put the other thing on that layer, so let's get rid of this. Bam. That's better. Okay, so as I try and find some mini boss music, you all seem to... The whole incident manages to shake you to your core. There's this brief flash of the scream itself seems to be the worst thing you have possibly ever heard, and it utterly shakes you.
Y'all played Wind Waker?
But you managed to, for the most part, shake off a lot of the problem, a lot of it, and hold your ground, able to hold onto your senses. And with that, I'd like everybody to roll initiative.
Roll initiative. That's 12.
15. Everyone get back!
22.
Very nice. Descending. Okay. So
I am so glad Strength is not my attacking stat right now.
Khan, you were in no shape to fight.
Also, everyone shrug it off?
everyone managed to shrug it off, yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
You all rolled really, really high with your saves.
Mm-hmm. Saves.
Wouldn't say I was
Fist
ready
bumps
for
all
either.
around.
So, Hikan, it is your turn.
So, in his strength-addled state, Hikan just takes a deep breath, nods to himself, and then just, with renewed vigor, so to speak, just runs up next to the wall and then behind the Reded.
Yep.
So right here. And then I want to get this done as fast as possible, so I'm going to use my last key point for Flurry of Blows and do the 3 attacks.
Okay.
As Sho most definitely sees the thing sees Hikan fly over, past him. It's like, no, you idiot!
Okay, so you hit into this thing, as malnourished as this, really thin, stick thin this creature is. It seems like its skin is tough as iron. As you rail against it, only one of your attack misses. So you get a total of 15 damage on this creature.
I don't have any distance attacks.
That's why I told you to stay back!
Ziden.
I'm gonna shoot it.
We hold no tactical advantage here.
Pew pew.
Hey!
Tink.
Nice. So it does another 6 damage as the arrow sinks into its shoulder, but it pays it no mind.
Yep, that's me.
Okay, Sho.
Sho moves to this spot to try and bar himself between the Free Dead and the rest.
Yep.
And he's going to. You see him start to there's a faint aura in him as the blade song activates again, and then clutching his necklace, he rears back, inhales deeply, and then a stream of flame shoots straight forward out of his mouth.
Oh, nice.
Boo! In a 30 feet line, so basically through here and just scales the wall. He does say, "I can't duck."
So make its dexterity saving throw against DC 14.
So full
It's
17
10.
fire.
Full 17 fire damage. Very nice. As it's kind of lit up in flames. It doesn't seem to be paying much mind to the damage it's taking. It is more or less like a zombie, but it's
a re-dead.
worse. It's a re-dead.
When you fight re-deads, that's what they're like. You hit them and they just they sandbag. They just move slightly and then return back to their rigor mortis standing position.
Renji, it's your go.
Renji is going to slip past Sho.
God damn it!
Re-dead. And as he passes Sho, you could feel these small ice crystals pass you as they are just completely surrounding Renji still, unless an hour has passed.
Nope.
I doubt. But yeah, Renji is going to, holding up the shield, is going to slash at this creature with his longsword.
Better hope you don't kill
That's
it.
a 10, darn it.
Probably doesn't hit, to be honest.
Probably doesn't hit.
It does hit.
Oh,
It does
what?
hit.
Oh, I get it. Re-dead. You can hit a re-dead. It's just that he goes sponge.
Yeah. So you slash at it with the
5
twilly
slashing
longsword.
damage only.
Okay. So max, unless you had a bonus action that you wanted to take Renji.
Sadly, no.
Okay, max.
Sho seems to be implying that this thing is kind of a threat.
Yes.
That's just grimaces of having to use this again today. Walks up. And another stream of lightning comes out of his hand.
Adieu.
Witch bolt.
Boom.
It's
9 damage.
Unlimited.
Excellent.
You could just about hear him snarling over the crackle of lightning.
So we've got flame thunder now.
Nice. On its go, it's going to turn around and it's going to attempt to make a grapple check against Hikan.
Yeah.
As it's aggroing on the first thing that's come into its purview.
Gave it a couple smacks to the back of the head.
Yeah. So it's going to use. Has to use its athletics, which has a +3, and it's versus your acrobatics, Hikan. I'm guessing your acrobatics is much greater than your athletics.
Oh, right now, most definitely.
Yeah. So beat A. Yeah. So it kind of lazily sort of tries to swipe at you with its elongated arms, so you manage to duck out of the way. And then it's going to end its turn, and at the end of its turn, just going to see if it recharges its scream.
Oh no.
It does not.
Good.
Okay. Hikan, your go.
I have been touched too many times today, and I hit it with my staff and my fist again.
Okay.
Phrasing.
What do you mean phrasing?
I can't wait for the reader to just inhale and West Virginia.
Okay.
So 20 and a 14 for 7 and 6 respectively.
Smack.
Bam, bam. Into its flesh, but Sadly, it is still not knocked over.
Or
Ziden-
what is left that could be possibly considered flesh.
Yeah.
The material formerly known as flesh.
Yes.
Another arrow hits it in its rubbery body, but still it refuses to go down.
But the world refused to change.
Yeah.
Once
Sho.
again, Sho takes another deep-ass drag of his pipe, and the stream of flame comes once more. Bah!
This is going to make his dexterity saving throw.
Is he
That
though?
doesn't look good. That's a 9.
21
That's
flame!
21 fire damage. So, yeah, it can't pass that. Although, you know, I'll be charitable and see how well it does. Let's see. Constitution saving throw. Yeah, it doesn't do it.
Once again,
You kind of just
the flame roars.
yeah, just disintegrates this. Actually, you know what? No, it's a mini boss. Sho, how would you like to do this?
Yeah! As said before, I guess I'm going to make it a bit more stylish. Takes a deep inhale, the dragon, the magic is definitely charged. He then proceeds to run forward with the sword, with his sword drawn, and impales it in the gut, and then proceeds to, in its face, flame breath, and just scorch its face off.
Oh dear. Yep, it's just like with the mask on, the body just crumbles to the ground and just begins to smolder, a rather rancid smell.
Returns the sword, and sheath. Chink.
Would this have melted my armor?
Probably not. It's just it's basically a blowtorch flame.
Eh,
Unlike dragon breath, when it's like a cone, Aghanazar Scorcher is like a
but
lot.
convection and everything.
I guess, but it's ice. It's magic ice. This is just heat. Because flame, it's flame, yeah, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the air around it's going to heat enough to melt you.
It's
but
magic.
it's magic.
It's magic! Anyway, so,
Magic.
you've successfully slain a Redead. Congratulations.
Let's check the area for anything of interest.
Max takes
Okay.
a few seconds to just shake the lightning off his hands.
Make investigation checks for those who are investigating the area.
So what's left of the reader?
25.
Almost
40.
nothing. Everything else is like kind of just
So its body
Yeah.
just ashed up, basically.
ashed up.
Yeah.
Just feet.
Ziden, with your 25, you find what appears to be in the coffin. You find a flagpole. And it has this kind of interesting design on it. It has this despite the fact that it's been trapped in here with an undead creature for so long, this banner appears to be made of a fine forest green cloth with gold and silver trim. Emblazoned on the front of it is a majestic silver bird in flight.
Like Max's silver bird?
Does it match the ring?
Almost. It seems like the bird itself is different, but the flying pose is the same.
Interesting.
Max has wandered down the stairs and is just milling around down here.
I guess I'll turn to the the members of our party who are actually well in the world, given Ziden's lived in a forest for quite a while, and say, do you either of you recognize this?
I'm going to give it a try. What thing should I do?
If you're aiming to recognize any kind of family link to it, that would be a history check. If you're wanting to identify whether or not it's magical, that is Arcana, unless you have the Identify spell, in which case you'll be able to use that as well.
I do! And I'm going to do the Identify anyways. So
Okay.
I want to know where it's from, and also if it do none.
Assumedly, looking over it,
Oh.
it seems to be like the standard of a house.
Yeah.
It looks like a noble house sort of thing.
Identify!
You cast Identify, and you find the following item, which should be in your treasury right about
Treasure.
now.
Da-da-da.
Sheikah boy's treasure?
Yeah.
I see nothing.
It's only for Sho, because he's the only one who identified it.
Oh, no show for us.
How big is it?
It's like the pole itself would reach about 6 feet tall. The actual banner width is about 4 feet, so it would take up a medium space.
Sho is going to take it.
Okay.
Ziden's just holding wait, just gonna hold it and say, what is it? So you're just reaching to grab it.
You seem a bit too eager.
Something to be used in combat.
What is it?
Not as in to poke things. It's a magical banner. One to you command with it, and people around it feel invigorated for combat.
Hmm.
Would you mind?
Tyrina?
It seems that myself or Tyrina tend to be in the thick of it more than anything else.
Very well. Ziden will then hand it over.
Thank you. He because ultimate samurai shit. He's kind of attached it to his satchel on his back, so it's like the small flag standard.
Nice.
Ziden would consider it, but then he's normally going to be a bear, so.
Yeah. Bear.
No,
Just do a giant bear yell and make everybody, feel invigorated for battle.
May we see the item now? If he's described it.
Well, do
Sho,
you want me to read it out and whatnot?
It's entirely your choice as to what you want to do with it.
Well, I've got it now and I want it, but I will read it to everyone. This banner appears to be made of a fine forest green cloth, as I'll explain. As an action, a creature can plant the battle standard into the ground and speak the command word Tornabar. The battle standard grants all creatures considered allies by the user within 20 feet of it, +1 to all saving throws and attack rolls. The standard also sheds bright light up to 20 feet and then dim light for another 20. These effects last an hour or until the creature uses their action to remove the battle standard from the ground.
And then it recharges at dawn?
Recharges at dawn.
Nice.
If y'all have played Dark Souls 3, it's the Lothric magic banner.
Yep, definitely not something for the bear.
Yeah.
You won't have hands to do anything with that.
If I plant it down and you're there,
Oh yeah.
if I plant it down, you'll gain some buffs. But considering me and Tyrina are normally in the thick of it, Hikan as well, he'll benefit from this as well. Nice. And that's the Loftwing Battle Standard of Duty. With more pouring over it but then studying the banner itself, Sho would probably be able to piece apart that the bird itself is one of the old scripture birds tailing of a Loftwing.
Yeah.
With time and looking over it, but for now he just wraps it up and puts it on his back.
Okay. Sweet.
Ziden still wants to go say hi to the spiders.
Well, no! It was my fault that we encountered something like this anyways. We're not going to go any further just in case there's any more of these things around. Besides, I'm pretty sure the civilians outside heard that.
Depends on whether or not they walked back to town.
By themselves, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't.
Was it that far?
It wasn't. It was like a half-hour walk.
Oh, okay. That's far enough to probably not go on your own.
Especially after the state that they're in.
And the carnage that's right outside.
Yeah, it would probably be a bit discerning to see all those bloody bokoblin bodies, eh?
I imagine Hikan and Max explained that when we were taking them outside.
Yeah.
Also, are we going to go back to town or are we going to explore the
Dark. No.
Ziden wants to go say hi to the spiders. I'm fine waiting while he goes says hi to the spiders.
Oh my god, Ziden.
He can talk to them.
I will not be held responsible.
I guess I'll ritual cast Speak with Animals.
Yeah.
I'm going to wait at the door just in case, because I know that he's a moron and he might get himself killed, and I'll run him out.
It's fine. I'll come here-ish and say, hello in there! Oh, hello in there.
As a moment passes, and two shapes descend from the wall, and just kind of say, "What do you want?" I don't know what he wants. It's a guy. Who are you, and why are you here in our web?
Renji
My name is Ziden. I came to say hello, just to greet you.
Oh. Okay. Hi. I suppose.
I like to keep in touch with.
It's a bunch
people
of
as they come
spider
around.
wise guys.
What are their names? What are their names? Please
What
let
are
them be
your
Tony. Please let them be Tony and Paulie. Please let them be Tony and Paulie.
Again?
Yeah, they're the spider equivalent.
There's damn, I need to come up with names for fucking spiders now.
Spony and Spawley.
Oh.
One of them is called Lucas.
Lucas the spider?
Yeah, all grown up.
Oh.
Fell in with some wrong crowd.
Okay, if he's Lucas, his mate's got to be Klaus, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Lucas and
All right.
Klaus. Lucas and Klaus, the spiders.
And I'm Lucas, and I'm Klaus. They both have the exact same voice. You're not sure which one's speaking at what point.
Because spiders don't have really distinct mouths to make noises.
I'm sure Ziden could probably see their mandibles moving. Or at the very least, they're at different locations, so you can just hear who's speaking. They're not like
Yeah.
stood next to each other.
Fair.
Yeah, okay. That's nice to meet you. I thought you might like to know, we have killed the bokoblins living in here, so if you are hungry, they're down these tunnels.
There were bokoblins?
There are not longer anymore.
There were bokoblins, Klaus. Maybe there were bokoblins. Well, thank you for the free meal ticket, of course.
You're
We don't
welcome.
really have anything to give you in return. We've got web. Do you like flies? We have flies.
I am fine. I wouldn't want to take your food if I'm giving you food. That seems impractical.
Oh, true. See, he's really smart, Lucas. I know he's smart, Klaus.
Best of luck to you two. Eat well.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Okay, then I'll head off.
As Ziden passes, like, what the hell were you talking to?
Oh, I talked to the spiders. Told them where to find some food.
You... Okay.
Druidic magic is weird.
Someone needs to eat those bokoblins.
No.
Do
No.
they?
No. I understand the natural order is kind of like that, but this is a man-made mine.
Well, they're spiders. They won't fuss.
Oh,
Can we just go?
I'm glad there are no druids in the castle.
I feel slighted.
As you should.
So as you head out of the mine, you find that the group of civilians that you've left out there are still there. They've kind of tried to find a place that is not covered in bokoblin corpses.
Do they fail?
They find an appropriate spot that's within eyesight that's relatively clean by comparison. And it's, I guess for the sake of brevity, you guys lead them back to the rest of them, and then what's the plan afterwards?
I guess
Get some rest before we start heading back.
possibly a long rest since I've used up almost all my spell slots and stuff.
Sho is going to just to get a bead on it. He's going to check where the dark nut footprints went.
Okay, so make your survival check.
Doesn't Max already know where they went?
You know where the general direction is, but they led off quite a distance away from the actual campsite. So I assume you kind of
Can I
stopped
assist
before
with
you
that?
went
What I'm saying is, I was going to say, could I give him advantage to
Yes, you
give him
can.
the direction?
Well,
Although he did just roll an 8. So.
it was either an 8 or a 5. If anyone else wants to take a go, then
I will
I'll take that 21.
nice.
Okay,
I'll
so
help with a 16/19.
yeah, so it's the three of you kind of follow these footprints. Eventually, you find another cluster of footprints. Some of them, a couple of them smaller, like your size, and a couple of others that seem to be the same size as this creature, and they appear to be leading to a very interesting case of tracks that lead a ways away to the east. But what you find in addition is a set of hooves, like a set of hoof tracks, and two lines in the dirt, which suggest
Horse and cart.
a horse and cart, but the actual wheel span of it is immense. Like, it's much bigger.
And I assume it's not just one horse.
It's no, it's at least 4.
Ooh. Wait, as in
Well,
four?
yeah, there's
like,
a couple of
as in-
Darknots.
As in 4 columns of horses.
4 horses.
Right. Okay.
So 2
2 and 2.
2 by 2.
2 by
yeah.
2. Right. Okay. Yikes. Okay.
This
Well,
is
we're not going to be able to catch up with them.
It's quite a bit bigger than that wagon we came here in.
There's something military. The Darknuts are relatively peaceful, or at least the tribes around here, as from my knowledge, are. They really are much as was I described earlier. They tend not to pick fights unless they are ordered to do so, or they're going to prove themselves by some right or whatever.
Looks like the lone one from before gathered up with some other ones.
But they've gone somewhere that we will not be able to reach easily. Maybe we'll come across them again, but for now we should ensure the safety of the others.
Yeah, I'd rather not fight 2 or 3 Darknots right now. Plus their
Clever
friends.
idea. Oh,
I think we should just report this to Castletown, at least to give them directions and movements.
So let's return to the Echo with peoples.
Mhm.
So were we going to take a long rest? Or...
As you
At the Echo, maybe.
yeah, as you return with the others to the Echo, like you see Tyrina. Tyrina looks over, then immediately sets eyes on Hikan.
Oh
Like,
god.
Holy,
My
Holy
son!
holy shit! What
We're
happened?
alive. We found more shadows. This time they touched me.
Okay, first TMI. Second, seriously, are you?
I beat him with my stick.
You get
Good.
Tyrina, he needs medical attention.
Yeah, no shit. He needs medical attention. And she like attempts to try and find a medic's stuff and just begins to set to work. It's like, I don't think anything in here is gonna suit it. I'll try and get something where you're comfortable at least.
I rolled a 17 when I identify these things. Would I know that like a rest would do me good? Just
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be fine after I just sit down for 1 to 4 hours.
Sleep it off, player. Sleep it off, player.
Let's just have a full night's rest. I think that's probably the best idea.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Okay. And you all set yourselves up. Thankfully, it's a peaceful night. And after watches, as you go through everything, you find yourself well rested and far stronger than before. Welcome to level 4.
Renji is going to read the
Please.
illusion book.
Oh my god, level ups!
Level
Long
up.
rest.
Please.
Yep.
DM, thank you.
That's okay. I said
DM,
soon, and I promised it.
DM, please. Thank you.
So, what were you reading, Renji?
The Book of Illusion Magic. And there's this bit in it that is about like how you can without using magic to kind of emulate the effects of illusion and
That's
lightning and
called
stuff and that sort of
sleight of
thing.
hand.
that's called being a magician.
A stage magician.
I know, but like Renji's just taking in some of those things, and that's all I'm going to say about leveling up for now.
Okay.
I'm taking a level in monk.
Woo!
Oi!
Yeah.
Oi!
Yeah. What do you want?
Off
Dan?
my off my shit.
Step off, Sonny. I'm going down a different path anyway.
I'm getting ASI.
Getting what?
Man, I feel really good after that rest.
Yeah.
You feel strong.
And I think what we'll do is we'll end the session here, and then we'll carry on in your adventures on the way back to Hyrule Castletown, because you'll be getting a payday, so it'll probably be like a downtime session to pick up some new magical shit.
Hey.
Hey, Articulate, I will have so many animal forms to talk with you now.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, because you can now have something with a swim speed, can't you?
Oh
I can
no.
swim and I can have combat level 2.
You could turn into a bigger bear.
No, I can turn into a giant snake, a giant frog, a giant elk.
And a bigger bear.
I don't think that's a bigger bear.
Yeah, you can. You can turn to a polar bear.
I think polar bears CR3.
No, they're CR2.
Ah, okay.
But it depends.
Either way.
Have you been to Snowpoint?
Go red.
But yeah, we'll call it a day there.
Woohoo.
Thank you everyone so much for listening in. And thankfully, looking at my Bandicam thing, no audio glitches this time, so fuck yes.
Hooray!
Gonna be trying to do some live streaming on the next one, hopefully, if I can figure out how to get it working and get my internet to fucking obey me. But in the meantime, I have been ArticulateT. Joining me today, I have had SteveTheSeregios playing Sho Daius. Playing Hikan, I've had Alvarance.
Bye-bye. Also, if you can't figure out how to do it, I can live stream on mine. We can make it work one way or another.
Hooray! Playing Renji, son of Nihilus, I've had TheNetherlad.
Playing while not sick is so much better.
Yeah. Playing Ziden Shari, I've had Robopart.
Goodbye.
And finally playing Max, I've had Keastreth.
Goodbye.
And we'll see you guys for the next episode. Take care now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye!
You have been listening to Hyrule Chronicles, a tale in the world of Legend of Zelda using 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. I have been the GM, ArticulateT. Thank you very much for joining us. If you enjoyed it, feel free to leave a comment and share this link with everybody that you can possibly find who might enjoy Zelda or Dungeons & Dragons, or both, or neither if you want to. If you want to be up to date on these uploads, feel free to follow me at ArticulateT on Twitter, and I'm also on YouTube under the same name. But in the meantime, thank you very much for joining us, and I hope to see you next time. Take care.